This video is sponsored by Ugreen. Dear 2023, I don't think I've ever traveled so much. I think you've taught me how to properly pack a bag, and with my most recent trip to Miami, I think I finally came up with some of the best Amazon travel tech goodies that makes traveling even better. Some of these I've had for a while, some of these I bought before leaving to Florida. Anyways, look, what matters is that I didn't necessarily need to break the bank to get great essentials. Essentials that allow me to pack better, pack smarter, pack lighter. No BS, I'm just legit going to show you the things that truly helped me travel, with Miami being my 10th trip of 2023 and CES in Las Vegas being my first trip of 2024. I think I finally know exactly what goodies travelers can get to ease their trips, make them less stressful and a bit more enjoyable. Plus, I technically got all of these off Amazon. I mean, I've been traveling a bit too much lately, but I think I got the hang of it. I brought like the best things you can probably bring for a trip. One of the best things, I'm not gonna say I picked the best things. I'm gonna say one of the best things you can pick for a trip. Pack your bags and you'll be happy with your choices. So they're all from Amazon. Enjoy the video, let's get to it. The first thing to pack is your passport. Look, if you've watched our traveling related videos, you've seen this somewhere. This is my holy grail for when I travel, Spigen's passport holder. It can get a bit bulky because I usually shove 2 passports in there. Some of my cards, SIM cards when we go to Europe, and boarding passes. The chunkiness is usually not a big deal for me. I do like keeping this at hand when I'm in airports. I think the only thing I wish this thing had was like an extra pocket for just like the boarding passes. Like something like that will make it easier to take them out and just show them along with the passport. That would be nice. Oh, and if you do need to put it away, I just tend to throw this in my hoodie without a hesitation because I'm not really afraid of losing it. The fact that it constantly has an AirTag or a tile on it comes in clutch, and being RFID certified just delivers that extra peace of mind. Look, for like $25, it's a great buy in my opinion. The second thing to pack is a proper tech pouch. This technically always ends up being the place and where you typically fetch items often. PeakDesign have this bag called the tech pouch. For the little time I've had this, I've used and abused this 2-liter capacity pouch. It has a lot more storage than it portrays. It's easy to carry around because of the strap. It's able to fit anything like cables, chargers, SD cards, batteries, and being weatherproof with this 400D nylon canvas shell. During the small snowstorm hell I had to go through, I wasn't worried about this getting wet. Now, it's not a hard case, but I've realized the bag does hold up its shape when stuffed up. When you open this up with these YKK zippers, you'll notice how the pockets and compartments in here sort of open up like an origami. Through all my trips, this type of design has made things extremely easy to find, especially on a plane where you have very little room and you want to get stuff out quickly. So with the 3 main compartments, you have an absurd amount of ways you can allow yourself to fit everything. When I was packing this before leaving to Miami, I was like, okay, this is definitely not going to close, but it did. I used every single pocket in here. I even used the cable pass-through pocket to charge my camera on the plane for my Anker portable charger. The whole thing is just great. It just keeps my trips super convenient. That being said, I think packing smart means bringing more by bringing less. For Miami, I brought a couple of cubes plus a MacBook charger to charge some things. That's 3 chargers I could have compressed into one if I had Ugreen's Nexode Pro 100-watt charger. And for Las Vegas, I avoided doing the same mistake twice. I brought one single charger that allows me to charge my phone, my laptop, and a battery pack. The nice thing about this is that it's small in size. Being this compact makes it super easy to either put in a pocket or fit it in your tech pouch. It is heavy, but it gives it that sense of security. Heavy because the shell is made from a fire-resistant high-grade PVC material, and if you ever drop this while traveling, there's no need to worry. With that weight, you also get millisecond temperature detection protection from overheating and excessive current. Essentially, it intelligently distributes appropriate current to devices to provide a full, fast charge without damaging battery longevity. It's a solid brick for its size. Ugreen constantly work on smarter chips to make these smaller and as power efficient as some of their larger bricks. So if you like to have a brick that's compatible with all modern smartphones, yes, that includes Samsung's 45-watt super fast charging 2.0. I'd check this out next time you're traveling. For iPhone lovers, I recommend my current setup. This whole iPhone setup I got here, I love it. It's so good. I just gotta fly because we have to go to Asus and do the content for Asus, and I don't want to be late. There's been a few times I almost dropped my phone while filming. Luckily, I tend to rock this with a lanyard when going crazy during shoots. It's not a must, but it helps. Plus, if you are the type of person that goes sightseeing often, with the amount of people hijacking phones while us tourists take pictures is too damn high. So if you know for a fact you're going sightseeing and you're going to be taking a lot of pics, I recommend getting one of Rhinoshield's lanyards. I ended up using this a lot more often than I could have ever imagined. I find myself using it a lot while traveling, during flights if needed, while carrying my luggages through airports. It's an accessory that's worth also pairing with Rhinoshield's Mod NX Magsafe case. Honestly, if you can, always get a Magsafe case. Something like this tends to be protective against bumps. It looks hella nice. It's customizable if you want it to be. And if you were ever to drop your phone screen flat on the floor, the edges will take the impact first. Mounting this anywhere really doesn't scare me at all. Like when I was traveling to Miami, I was using Spigen's One Tap Pro to watch movies. Spigen actually made this Magsafe clamp that you can clamp onto almost anything. It's very small, it easily fits in a pocket. It has a very sturdy magnet, like the magnet has no issues with takeoffs, during flights or while landing. I'll say the same thing about the vertical tilt. It's also just as sturdy and it can support a tablet without any issues. Underneath the front there is a slider to control the clamp. It opens up these clips that are sort of rubberized on one side. I guess it prevents the clamp from sliding. You can also mount it on the tray while you're eating a meal, and if you have headphones you can hang them on it.
Can you tell them about it? Yes, Dave.
This is gonna be crazy laptop.
For sure.
Can't wait. This is crazy, man. I don't know. We come up with this stuff last minute. Now in Florida and Vegas, it happened a lot of times that I needed juice, especially when it came to charging things like my camera. On a few occasions, I was able to pull up my Anker power cord 30-watt brick. In terms of ports, it's very similar to the Ugreen I have, minus the crazy wattage because this here caps at 30 watts. Don't expect this to charge many things, as it has a 10,000 milliamp capacity. For me, it's one of those devices that came in super clutch when I needed it. Especially because of how small and compact it is and how the inclusion of a display allowed me to keep track of battery status on ongoing charges. It's a solid brick worth using for every other device except maybe a laptop and a phone. Not that it's not worth it for charging phones, it totally is, but for phones I recommend getting Anker's latest Magsafe battery pack. This is actually the battery pack I use the most, especially at events like this where it's freaking crazy and you know you'll be staying here forever. I'm sure there are charging stations, but I gotta go around with my phone to take content and text people, and you know, I need some battery. You guys know I'm notorious for being the worst at charging phones at night, so this came in so clutch on multiple occasions while I was on the go. In Florida especially, because while ordering Ubers, using Waze in the car, walking around the city with Google Maps, and at 20% battery left at around 11 a.m, more than once I popped this out and I was able to get at least all the way to 80%. Like when I got to Vegas, for example, I went from like 35% to around 75% in under 1 hour. This is the best battery pack I've ever owned, and I've recommended these multiple times on the channel. This being their latest version allows for the USB-C port to be on the side along the LED indicators, and the magnet does seem to be a bit stronger even though it was already plenty.
It's just so bright.
For packing, I strongly recommend getting proper traveling cubes. Ever since John got his from Monos, it made me strongly consider packing cubes. It's the first time ever I use packing cubes, but let me tell you something, proper packing and compressed cubes are a game changer. The amount of stuff you can compress into these is not normal. I got two sizes from PeakDesign, their medium cubes and their small cubes. They offer a large front compartment designed with one-of-a-kind opening system. They also offer a smaller compartment I actually ended up using to either sort my socks from boxers or to separate from dirty to clean at the end of each trip. The large bag can carry up to 20 shirts and the smaller bag up to 10 shirts. That's definitely accurate. Both of them do include PeakDesign's super famous expansion and compression system. This mesh seems to expand and then compress as you close it all down, a mesh that didn't seem to ever get caught up once while I was closing it all. Again, their zipper design with the pull tab in the middle is great. It also made packing big things easier as I didn't have to pull a zipper for 360 degrees. Both cubes feel super nice. The material on the inside and on the outside is great. My girl actually packed some wet things out of the laundry and moisture didn't transfer from one pocket to the other, nor it made the material wet. Being a first time packing cube consumer, I think I've hit the jackpot with these ones. Packing light is another reason as to why I ditched my AirPods Max for flights. The only issue is that I usually wear AirPods Maxes during my flights, and if you know, the noise cancellation on those headphones are great. My only pet peeve is just the convenience and challenges they bring when it comes to putting them away. So it made me go back to my Bose Quietcomfort II, one of the only earbuds that can deliver an incredible noise cancellation feature, especially on a plane. It's definitely a baby blocker. It reduces plane noise quite well, and they are great for sleeping. Like, these earbuds are incredibly comfortable on plane rides. To give you an example, I'm actually the type of person that can't rock earbuds for long. For me, I find most of them usually dig a bit too far for my liking, and after an hour or so my ears feel sore. But these have always been the complete opposite of that. Rocking them on flights or at airports for 4 to 5 hours at the time has been easy. They also sound absolutely great. The design is perfect for the ear and don't feel like cheap plastic. They also pair with the Bose app where you can allow yourself to cycle through different NC modes. It has a connectivity menu for the devices that currently connect to your earbuds. Also a full EQ menu where you can tweak the EQ, so if you want something a bit more bassy, you can definitely tweak and achieve that. There's the shortcut menu for selective touch controls on the buds. Oh, and a fit test for the best noise cancellation fit. In terms of noise cancellation complaints, they do tend to rotate a bit in your ear if you're moving a lot, so noise cancellation definitely won't perform as well. But regardless, the transparency mode with Active Sense is great. You can enable it by either using the app or touch holding your assigned bud. The touch controls also allow you to adjust the volume by swiping up or down, tap to play or pause your music, and of course a double tap for skipping. They work well, but a bit too sensitive at times. If I'm fixing my earbuds, sometimes it can disrupt my media by triggering some of these actions. My biggest grip with these have nothing to do with battery life though. In fact, I get around 5 hours of playback and very close to their 16 to 18 hours when it comes to the case. But it has to do more with their connectivity. It's actually a hassle sometimes. I experience connection issues a lot more than I'd like to. They either have issues reconnecting or disconnecting randomly after connecting a device. I've either had to fully factory restart the buds from the case to reconnect them to my devices or delete them from my Bluetooth list and repair them. Also, the fact that only the right bud works for single use is odd. For the price, I mean, it would have been nice to have either or. And the size, I'd say the case is a bit bulky, but it fits perfectly well in my pockets. Look, if it means sacrificing case size to keep the same bud design and comfort, I'm all for it because these are my most comfortable pair of earbuds. I think that and the NC are totally worth the price, especially for traveling. Haven't been in a lot of planes that didn't provide an onboard infotainment system. If you happen to be in one that does, this here, my friends, is the second best accessory you can get, the AirFly Pro. This will allow you to connect to any Bluetooth device while using the seat's 3.5mm port. It has a transmission functionality that allows you to pair your earbuds to it in order to stream your content. If you are wondering, it's actually super easy to set up and use, by the way. The coolest part is that two people can connect to it simultaneously, allowing for people to enjoy the same content. This dongle also delivers Bluetooth to devices that don't support it. The RX mode is there exactly for this, like a car stereo without Bluetooth capabilities as an example of when to use this. It's small in size, super portable, comes in a pouch and a little keychain clip that covers the audio jack. The only few downside is that it's battery powered, so it needs to be turned on and running on battery to be used. To add to that, I realized that if you forget to turn it off by pressing the button for 4 seconds, the battery will just keep draining as it doesn't have an auto turn off mode. There's also no battery level indicator. It only alerts low battery mode when the front light flashes amber 3 times. This only happens after around 20 hours of use as it lasts for a long time. Plus, in just under 2 hours, you can get a full charge complete. The last items, AirTags. AirTags are not the cheapest. They do work pretty well, but I'm also aware not everyone has iPhones, including me. I'm actually going back to Samsung. Anyways, I decided to replace them and put these Tile Pros to the test for both my trips. And you know what? They do the job for the amount of money I paid. I put one of these on my passport holder and within my tech pouch, having a 400-foot range, loudspeakers, a push button feature that rings your phone. I don't know, it makes it a very interesting alternative for people on a budget or with Android phones. The app works well. It's actually what allows you to find your misplaced items. These also pair with Google Assistant and Amazon Alexa, so you can ask it to ring your tile if you wanted to find your misplaced item. The Tile Pros are bigger, but they also come with a battery you can replace. I do want to mention that these aren't a full replacement to the AirTags, mainly because they are not a GPS tracker device. These are Bluetooth enabled trackers that work with the app to do their job. It worked for me, and for the time I've had them, they've been really good. So yeah, that's my story. Miami, Vegas, I might just be leaving for San Jose. Look, for items that sell on Amazon where most of them aren't crazy expensive, these are so worth it. These are literally the type of things you buy once and never again, so hopefully these help. I've got a whole movie regarding Vegas coming out in like 2 months. I'll make a really cool video though. It was one heck of an experience. I'll also leave all the links to these items down below, so if you want to check them out, they will be there. I'll see you guys next week for Samsung Unpacked. I'm excited to unveil whatever it is that's coming out. That's next Sunday, so stay tuned. Peace out.